Number 7 at junior, Annette Corona. Number 8 at senior, Alexandria Thirault. Another senior, number 9, is Olivia Sekimoto, giving the Foothillers problems last year. Number 10, the senior, Taylor Summit, and I believe Sekimoto scored that lone goal against the Foothillers in the game last year right here at Stan Cannabis Stadium. The senior, number 11, Paulina Gonzalez. The senior, number 12, Heather Matterson. The junior, number 13, Miranda Gregory. The senior, number 14, Alexis Almeria. Number 15, the junior, Brooklyn Daly. The junior, number 18, Camden Purvis. The junior, number 19, Sarah Feharan. The sophomore, number 20, Aliana Silva. Number 21 is Eva Weiss. Number 23, the junior, Isabel Rivera. Number 24, the senior, Ruby McFarland. Number 26, the senior, Alexia Santos. And number 27, the junior, Charlize Adams. And that's the lineup for the Eastlake Titans playing at home tonight. A couple other players is Felicity Muro and Valerie Golbadon from the JV squad. The head coach for the Titans is Candace Niboli for her first year as the Titans head coach. So we're about ready to get this one started on a sun-swept day. Again, another day of no rain here in Southern California, but that'll change probably next week. So those who just coming back from other parts of the country and not so good at weather, been able to come out here and see almost cloudless sky today. Just beautiful weather. A lot of winds, though, out in the eastern part of the county. But right here, there's almost virtually no wind at all. Foothillers will be in the white jerseys.
Yours is the Foothillers from Grossmont High School and your Eastlake Titans.
We'll be right back with the starting in just a moment. Stick with us right here on the GK Sports YouTube channel. We're at the game. Shift colors for all you Sanders out there, past and present. We're underway. It'll be a throw-in for the Foothillers from the far side touchline. Foothillers going from right to left and left to right of the Titans. Innumerable. Trying to serve that ball up forward. It's intercepted and knocked out of play. They'll have a throw-in. The Titans have played a lot of games in a short amount of time, and so have the Foothillers. So both teams a little bit sore. Both Division I teams. Gonzalez. Carly Kennedy, who has only played in a couple of games so far. Down the central, and the save by McKeeper LaDasia Toll. The keeper scenario for the Foothillers has turned out to be pretty good this season, despite first time both of them being on the varsity team. Actually, all three, Hallie Weiss as well. Natalie Emery and LaDasia Toll starting off this match. Foster dropping it back. Aguilera. Brianna Cooney. Mia Foster now. Intercepted. Javira. On the near side to Weiss. Here in the 3rd minute of action. Here at Stan Cannabis Stadium. Canaris, I should say, Stadium. Foothillers in a tough one on Saturday, winning 1-0. A very physical match with the Vikings of Downey. But able to get the goal in the second half and have it stand up for the victory. In the near side for Innumerable. Plays it forward to Thuralt. Drops it back to Javira. Weiss on a centering pass. It's intercepted. Gonzalez goes after it. Alexa gets it over to the newest player on the team, Rosas. And Rosas was not able to link up with her teammate. Cecilia has played very well, the junior this season, being on the varsity team for Grossmont for the first time ever. Here's Shallett, the senior, driving it almost up to midfield, intercepted by Gonzalez. Foster laid it over to Giavingo, and her pass intercepted, but it trickled into the central, and Sarah Lopez almost got onto that soccer ball. She's had success at this field last year, helping her team win the title against Helix. Boy, Helix had a fabulous tournament, that South Bay Classic, winning their last match against Mount Carmel on Saturday. It was only a showcase. There were not champions crowned, as opposed to the scenario of the nice tournament out there in Thousand Oaks that my nieces were a part of. Them winning the tournament, Thousand Oaks High School. The JV team for West Ranch was out in that tournament, and yet the varsity was in the South Bay Classic out in Santa Clarita area. Throw down the left flank and intercepted. Foster. And it goes out of play. Nil-nil here in the 6th minute of action. Hopefully you're enjoying the action so far out here in Southern California. Last county of California, San Diego. And here's the throw-in now for the Foothillers. Residing from El Cajon, right next to La Mesa border, out in the eastern part of the county of San Diego. If you're not familiar, let us know if you're watching these girls varsity soccer matches, wherever you're at. We like the interaction. Please do that. We've had people actually watch all the way from Afghanistan some of our sporting events. Here's a throw-in now for the Foothillers. Aguilera goes off the cleat of Giavingo. And then now here's a free ball now. Summit drops it back. Santos intercepted by Maddie Mayo. And what a game that she had on Saturday. Was all over the pitch. And if Maddie was not all over the pitch with her aggressive style and defensive style, more than likely they would not have beaten the Vikings of Downey. Just had a great weekend, and now the shot is blocked. Weiss trying to find an area where she can get a very, very good shot on Toll, but by the time she took the shot, it was just enough of a time for the center backs to converge and keep that ball from going into the back of the net. Or a tough save for Toll. And this one is not that tough save. Hey, she's able to make it here. In the 8th minute of the match, we'll go 40-minute halves. Toll now. Send it straight up the field. Lopez will watch it go over her head. Now Foster will send it right to Sarah. And the left-footed strike to Giovingo. And Jennifer is able to play the ball around Innumerable, finds space, gets a bump, and Innumerable will get a return pass from her center defender. But now here is Giovingo playing it over to Lopez. To Foster, the captain. Upfield to Gonzalez. Carly Kennedy couldn't hold on to it. Gonzalez back to Bree Cooney now. Bree circles around, gives it over to Gonzalez. Finds some space. Can't find that space. It's closed quickly. But Aguilera out wide intercepting it. Javira plays it back to Innumerable. Weiss now with it. Playing it in some space, intercepted. Bree Cooney couldn't hold on to it. Looking for space is Javira, and then gives it to Weiss now on the near side. Here comes Thoralt with it, but it's intercepted on her pass by Gonzalez. Sarah Lopez looking for space. We'll get a return pass from Jennifer Giovingo. Actually went to Foster. Now it's to Lopez now. Plays it out wide. Rosas can't get to the soccer ball. Nice defense on the outside by the Titans. Javira now in the central. Circles around. Daly. Cross midfield. Picon. Early ball now. On the near side, Weiss can't get to it. Aguilera runs onto it. Taylor sends it upfield off of Giovingo's cleat. A little too strong that time. Maddie Mayo will have to retreat. Gets it in space. Plenty of time and space on the near side. Strikes it forward. Intercepted by Weiss. Nicely done. Drops it back to Innumerable now. Looks for an area. Sends it into central, but it's intercepted. But her teammate's able to run onto it. Innumerable gets it again to Weiss after the bump, but it goes over to Foster on the intercept to Gonzalez, and now to Lopez now as the counterattack ensues. Carly Kennedy will try to get to it in space. Played too far in front of her, and it is sent out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Foothillers in a 0-0 match out here in Eastlake, the southeastern part beyond Chula Vista, out here in San Diego County. Substitution coming in. That's Ashley Austin into the game. She's going to throw it in. Looking for Foster, can't get it. 50-50 ball, and the Titans have it, send it upfield, but here's Austin. Austin had herself a fine tournament. Ashley Austin, the freshman now, plays it into the central for Sarah Lopez. Her shot is blocked. Lopez gets it again now. Looking for an area, decides to draw it back a little bit. Double team, still trying to stay with it. And then not being able to get it was forward to the near side, and it's intercepted. Here is Thoralt dropping it back. Looking for an early ball, but that was way out in front of Weiss. Victoria Ford, plenty of time and space, will square that one over to the central. Kira Sminge, who has not played the entire season now, is out there for the Foothillers. A very integral player for their ability to get to the CIF final and win it against Valhalla last season in Division II. Aguilera, who's gotten more speed this year and sends it out of play. Might not have been able to get to that ball first last season. So it'll be a throw-in now for the Titans of Eastlake in the 12th minute of the match. 0-0, still your score. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Don't forget about our sponsor, and that is Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. Here's a shot into the central. Eastlake with a shot up in the air, and it's a goal. Javira with a score. The junior hit that one high and hard. Tall not able to leap up and get to it.
Number 13, Miranda Gregory.
Substitution coming in now for the Titans, and that's Miranda Gregory, the junior. The Foothillers kind of used to falling behind 1-0. Let's see what they do with it this time. And if they usually gain the lead, they are very difficult to top in a match. They fell down 1-0 against Patrick Henry, able to come back, scored 3 goals on 3 shots. That worked out for him. And that was the Patrick Henry match before the South Bay Classic match. Fell down against, or fell behind in the match against Steel Canyon. When they had the 2-game losing streak, same thing happened when they faced La Costa Canyon. They're back playing Division I action. Lost a match last year here 1-0. Victoria Ford will throw it in the attacking third. Almost didn't recognize Victoria doing something different with her hair today. The throw in, the header, in some space upfield. Ashley, that was Bree Cooney actually. The Lopez now putting it in some space for somebody to drive it, and it'll be past the byline. Foothillers not getting what they wanted out of that little possession there in the attacking third. 15th minute of the match. Again, Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. We were just down the street at Montgomery High School. Affordable rates for the entire family. Insurance is welcome over there. It's in the strip mall right across from Montgomery High School. Go to their website, dentalartsofpalmav.com. It'll be a throw-in for the Titans of Eastlake. Leading 1-0 to Daly. Summit dropping it back. That's Santos. An early ball. Victoria Ford now. Retreat back. Ford. And sends it out of play. Gregory thought she was going to go towards the interior with the soccer ball, but then just went to the outside. Did it in a very good motion that time, and that's the kind of thing that Victoria Ford will do. Try to confuse you, what she's going to do with the soccer ball. Weiss now. On the near side, the pass is a grass cutter. Will the Titans come out with it? Javira, who scored the goal, has it now. Daniela's pass is intercepted. She gets it back. Quick feet that time. Plays it back to Gregory. Summit playing it out towards the left flank now. And it turns out to be a pass and it does not count. An offsides call. Weiss was just a little bit too far away from the last defender. And offsides. Behind her. Can't do that. Got to be in front. Or at least equal to. But when you're equal, sometimes you don't get the benefit of the doubt. Aguilera sending that ball out of play, not wanting Gregory to pass that ball to a teammate. The Titans, there's a miss by Ford. Sminge plays it to Foster. They want to build up from the back. Ashley Austin on a long ball, looking for Sarah Lopez on the run, but she won't be able to get to it. Runs out of real estate on the far side. Bree Cooney sends that ball out of play. Just trying to protect it from getting to Weiss. Eva Weiss has had some pretty good runs. Made some pretty good plays for the Titans. Instrumental in their attack so far, and was just a little bit behind the center defender. Otherwise, they would have had a 2-0 score. Summit, and it goes out of play. Foothillers do not usually fall behind by 2 goals in a first half. Last time they did it was last season against Steel Canyon. Fought their way back, but it was too many goals that they gave up in order to try to win the match. Last time in the South Bay they fell behind by more than 2 goals was against
Substitution for the Titans, number 22, Felicity Muro.
Otay Ranch, and they fell behind 3-0 and then came back and tied it up 3-3, but they didn't have any one of their starting keepers, and they ended up losing the match 4-3. Most of these girls on the team now were on that team last season. Muro, I believe we filmed her for one of the teams in the South Bay club teams. So I believe she's been on GK Sports before. The name sounds familiar. She's a junior. The throw-in now just came in a while ago to Sarah Lopez. Aguilera's pass is intercepted. Center defender, outside defender doing a fine job, sending it forward for the Titans. Intercepted by Smidge, and she'll do that. First time getting this far forward in this game. But that's one of the things you have to watch out for if you're the opposition, because she will do that from time to time. Aguilera just sends the ball right at the keeper. Shallot for the save. Still 1-0, the Titans lead. Greg K. Porter along with Pablo Espinal bringing you the live stream, the sights and sounds. This goes into a second copy. We want you to subscribe. It's GK Sports. Just throw it in the search of YouTube and subscribe. Go to our website, gksports.org, and go to the top of the page for our social media pages. Facebook, we're always updating what's going on with Max Preps around the country, primarily in California. Instagram, and the conversation on Twitter. Just go to the top of the page, gksports.org. And this ball is played out of play. It is in the 21st minute of this San Diego section match between the Titans of Eastlake and the Foothillers of Grossmont. Here's Sarah Lopez now. Gets it over to her teammate. And in a hard shot, but it's a little off target.
Folks, as a reminder, the
By Bree Cooney.
we have all kinds of snacks, and tonight's specialty is nachos.
Titans have a very good football program. A lot of good things in the world of football. And I'm not talking about the world's most famous sport of football. I'm talking about American football. Boy, you must have watched those games yesterday. Pretty good NFL action. We're just thinking about the 2 teams that are not going to win the Super Bowl this year will not even have a chance. They've been knocked out. The 2 with the name New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. So it'll be a new Super Bowl champion this year in February. And you'll definitely know about it on our Facebook page. Intercepted by Matty Mayo. But it's given away to Picone on the near side. Is a run by Gregory, and it is sent out of play. 1-0, the Titans of Eastlake at home. Stan Canara Stadium enjoying the lead. 23rd minute, unofficially. The tandem refs have the official time. They're doing a podcast here in Eastlake High School. That young man, we may see him as one of our announcers. Here's a deflection and a save by Tall. Not a bad deflection that time, and a 6 for the Titans. Sun will be going down within the next half an hour, and then the lights will be taking place. The early game, they got started out here, 4 o'clock Pacific time. 4:29 now. 7:29 on the East Coast. Trying to get it as Hunter. Olivia Hunter had a shot earlier up into the air. Going after it as Bridget Wilson won't be able to get to it as it's sent out of play, but they say it went off of Bridget Wilson's cleat, and it'll be a throw-in by the Titans. Enjoying the 1-0 lead, the Titans. The throw upfield intercepted by Austin. Chance York played it up forward. Pion tried to get to it, could not. The center defender for the Titans have it now. The near side for Gregory. Bree Cooney runs onto it. Hunter, ball right there in the central. She just missed Bridget Wilson. Near side. The Titans with possession now. Here's Weiss. Eva Weiss now plays it forward to Gregory. She couldn't get to it as Matty Mayo sends it out of play. Here's Muro to throw it in. Javira. Double team that time. Foster ends up with it. Plays it back. To Smidge. Kira now looking for space, looking for an area where she can put that soccer ball. Drops it off for her teammate down the right flank now. It just went by Sarah Lopez trying to get it as Wilson. Can't do it. Here's Gregory now. Plays it in some space, but Bree Cooney runs onto it, but then gets pickpocketed. Foster can't quite get to it, and now the Titans will go on a quick counterattack. On the left flank now. Playing it forward, but that's way too far in front of Weiss. And Tull makes a save. In the 26th minute of the match, about 14 minutes left to go in the first half. Here's Olivia Hunter now. Plays it forward now. Olivia Hunter on the move. Hunter still on the move, and just couldn't get an accurate shot that time. Hunter had beat the defenders, but needed to get a better accurate shot to put some pressure on Shallot to try to make the save.
Substitution for Eastlake. Into the game, number 4, Tori Innumerable.
Innumerable's back into the match. As I mentioned, she gave him problems last season. Brooklyn Daly is out, the junior, for that senior in Innumerable. Weiss, the header. Nobody's there. Matty Mayo just ranged back to get it. In the 27th minute, unofficially, upfield for Rosas. That ball was over the line, and it's going to be a throw-in now for the Eastlake Titans. Off of Cecilia. Smidge couldn't get to it. But Matty Mayo cleans it up. Heads upfield. Not able to get it to York. So the Titans have it with Summit. Innumerable, nice play. Puts it in some space and goes after it now. But Bree Cooney off balance, able to steal it. Weiss now will have it, and will play it on the near side for innumerable now. Taylor Aguilera going to try to mark up on the near side, and Aguilera sends it out of play. The legs will feel a lot better. The whole body will feel a lot better come Thursday, the next game for the Foothillers. But the competition will not be any less. It'll be against Rancho Bernardo. But it'll be back at Jack Mashin Stadium as the Foothillers finally will return home after a few weeks. Holidays and that. Sminge. It's over to Bree Cooney. Gets it to her teammate, and that is Payan, but Payan gets pickpocketed, and ball sent to Innumerable. It's intercepted by Maddie Mayo. She was on the inside of Weiss that time. Plays it down the central. Bridget Wilson's got speed, goes after it. She's knocked down, trying to get to the soccer ball. Showing her speed that time. They're going to say it's a goal kick. But Bridget Wilson showed her speed on it, and sometimes that will create problems. It happened on Saturday. If you watch that Downey game, it happened twice. But the most important one was the one where they scored the penalty kick on. That was Mia Foster putting it in the back of the net. A couple of substitutions for Eastlake.
Into the game for the Titans, number 27, Charlie Adam. And number 25, Valerie Galadone.
Galadone is in, and Adams, as you heard, up in the air. And a save by Shallot. Galadone from the JV team along with Muro. So her fellow teammate out there on the pitch together. Here's Muro. Playing it there to Javira. The only goal scorer in this match. In some space, coming off her line is Tall. She knew nobody was there in the central and had to make a decision. Has been pretty good at that this season. Intercepted by Giabingo. Weiss to the near side to Innumerable. And offsides on the play was Gregory. So it'll be a free kick for the Foothillers. This is not the one that they are dangerous at, as it's in their own half of the field. Giavingo can't get to it. Near side, it's Innumerable. Playing it forward to Eva Weiss. Weiss now slows it up, changes her direction now, sends it right to Sminge. Collision. Weiss able to range into some space and win the soccer ball. Intercepted nicely by Aguilera. Turning around, showing her ability is Javira now. And it goes over to Bree Cooney. Javira showing her ability to elude players and still hold on to the soccer ball. Olivia Hunter now. Hunter on the near side, but Muro gets back and takes it away from her. The near side, it goes off of Hunter, and it's going to be a throw-in for Eastlake. Enjoying the 1-0 lead in the 32nd minute of the match. Going to be coming in as Alexis Almeria, the senior.
Substitution for the Titans, number 14, Alexis Almeria.
Payan is coming out, and Hunter is coming out. York back into the match. And I believe that's Herrera also into the match. Yes, it is. Near side. Herrera won't get to it. Kira Sminge It's good to see her without that brace on her leg that she's had for a long time. A couple of seasons, actually. Ever since she got hurt in that Helix game a couple of years ago. In a collision with the keeper. And there was no call on that. And if you want to see that match, all you got to do is go back a year or so, look for the Helix game.
Brooklyn Daly and number 19, Sarah Farron.
Played up there at their place, and you'll see it right here on our GK Sports YouTube channel. Brooklyn Daly's into the match. She's number 15. Sarah Farron, number 19 in blue. With the Titans now into the match. Summit looking for space now, finds it, sends it forward now. Smidge will range back and play it. Well, actually, in a smart play, not play it. Allowed to go out of play. 34th minute. Kira, just a very heady player. Like I mentioned, Victoria Ford. Smidge, the other senior, 7 of them on the Foothillers. Smart, heady player. 50-50 ball, and it goes on the near side. That's Bridget Wilson that hit that ball, and it's out of play. Bridget Wilson and Chance York started off the season. Change of numbers there. So you get that moment where you're saying, wait a minute, which one is which? Chance York, ever since she was on the varsity, was wearing number 4. And that ball is out of play, not able to link up with Herrera. York will be a senior next year. Same thing with Herrera. They're going to have to anchor this Foothiller program next season.
Gianna Picconi. Let's hear it for Danny.
Havira, who scored a goal, gets a breather. Last few minutes. Don't know if she'll come back in. Numerable back into the match. Or I believe that was Picone, that the senior that came in for Havira. Here's Picone. Picone able to get away from York. Into space. The near side for a numerable, and it's out of play. Still a 1-0 match. Campus of Eastlake High School. Gonzalez is coming out of the match. Or I should say Gonzalez is coming in the match. Brie Cooney is leaving the match. Taylor Aguilera is going to throw it in. Kaya Moreno is into the match. She's number 17 in white out there. Well, and then to the central, but not able to get anybody to run onto it. Bejarra. Last one near the soccer ball. 50-50 ball. Lopez not able to get to it. So on it now is Taylor Summit, the senior, playing it to another senior and innumerable to the near side of Picone, another senior. As this senior-laden team of Eastlake. Good passes to each other. Rosa's got her cleat on it. The end of space is Holdabon, and then intercepted by the Foothillers now. Lopez trying to pursue but can't get it. A deflection now, and Chance York sends it up forward in some space. Moreno and Lopez in the area, and neither one of them will get it. And it'll be Eastlake for a throw-in out of their defensive third upfield, but it was intercepted by the Foothillers. Playing it across the field to Innumerable in front of Aguilera. And Aguilera is able to win it and take a quick shot, but not strong enough to pose a problem for Shallot. Couple minutes left to go in the first half. Chest trap that time by York, but the Titans have it. York goes back and sends it forward just by Maddie Mayo. Summit. Sminge all the way back, shepherding it to her keeper. LaDeja driving it up midfield. Herrera, but instead getting it was Muro. The near side for Eastlake. And Felicity will not be able to run it down. Ran out of real estate on the near side. Mentioned a while ago, Muro, I believe, has been on one of the teams we film. I think it was the Rebels at one point, some years ago. Giovingo had a little bit more steam than the previous shot by Aguilera, and from a further distance. And she can hit it from a distance, but couldn't get it high enough into the air. Posed a problem. Shallot drives it upfield off of a bounce. Maddie Mayo plays it in space. Looking for it is York. He's being shielded off by Adams. Picone. Daly on the outside now. And trying to get it to the near side to Innumerable, but it's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick coming up for the Foothillers. And unless they can keep it in the attacking third, looks like they're going to be down 1-0. Looking for Lopez. Had too much pace on it that time, and Shallot gets to it first. And that is the double whistle, or the long whistle. That's the end of the first half here at Stan Canaris Stadium.
Snack bar support girls soccer here at Eastlake High School, so come on down and get yourself something to eat.
We hope you enjoyed the first half of action. The lone goal was by Daniela Javira. 1-0, the Titans lead. Stick with us. It'll be about 10 minutes thereabouts, and then we'll be right back with the second half. But if you're watching the second copy, the second half starts, or the highlights of the first half start right now. That is Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. Here's a shot into the central. Eastlake with a shot up in the air, and it's a goal. They're doing a podcast here in Eastlake High School. That young man, we may see him as one of our announcers. Here's a deflection and a save by Tall. Playing it there to Javira, the only goal scorer in this match. In some space, coming off her line is Tall. She knew nobody was there in the central and had to make a decision. Has been pretty good at that this season. Picone dropping it back. Santos up forward to Javira, who scored the lone goal. She'll be on the other side of the field. And Shallot with the save. Javira now trying to find space and finds it, gets away from Gonzalez looking for Weiss, but sent it too far in front of her. Eva had a good first half, some good runs, nearly put one in the back of the net. She was a little bit offsides. Foothillers nearly fell behind 2-0. Last time they lost the match was against Steel Canyon. And the game before that was against La Costa Canyon. Steel Canyon beating them, of course, 2-0. Costa Canyon with a 2-1 victory. And all those games are right here on the YouTube site. Let's take a look at it. GK Sports on YouTube. Just throw it into search and subscribe. Almost 590 subscribers since we started back in 2012. Doing 380p videos from Jim Costa, not Costas. I did say Costas. It's Costa. Living up there in Portland now. Doing a fine job still making videos, doing tutorials on YouTube. Shallot will be able to get to this one. Has to be careful. Lopez on the intercept. Cuts it back now. Second team CIF last season, and Carly Kennedy hits it right off, and it's going to be a corner kick. Nice, smart play by Carly Kennedy, and she's known for that. Very integral in the fact that they won the CIF in Division II last year. Brought up to Division I this year. So Carly Kennedy will, I believe, do her first corner kick of the season. This is where the Foothillers are dangerous. Line drive, intercepted by the Titans. And they're able to send it upfield. Rosas, the junior, with some physical play on the near side, and it's out of play. And it was off. Thirault. So the Foothillers have it. Foster, Giovingo to Lopez now. Turns. Sarah did not control the soccer ball well that time, and Muto did a good job creating that situation, the junior. First time being on the varsity this season. Stolen away. Mia Foster now. Taps it back to Giovingo. Hits it high, but off target. So it'll be a goal kick now for the Titans. Enjoying the 1-0 lead. A few minutes gone so far here in the second half. Sun down now out here in the West Coast. Lights taking effect. You hear that noise? Picon now. Step over. Darts back inside. Chavira, the near side. Getting it over to Thirault now. Thirault, that senior and senior laden team in the Titans of Eastlake. Muto, the throw in. And it goes off of Lopez's cleat, and it'll be a throw in again by Felicity. Javira. Sminge goes back, gets it back to Toll, and Toll drives it up the central now. Carly Kennedy now, the taller player, able to get to it, but then put in some space. It was intercepted, sent upfield. Taylor Aguilera, Foothillers, do not wait for balls usually. They are darting in spaces. They are on the attack. Covering well for each other. Giovingo. Mia Foster now. Foster still on it, always strong on the soccer ball. Mia hits it hard, hit it right off of Muto. Goes back to get it. Trickles over to Kennedy now, but she gave it away. Gave it away to Summit. Eva Weiss. Running onto it is Gonzalez on the overlap. It's going to be out of play. So it'll be a throw-in by the Titans. About 7 minutes gone so far in the second half. Muto in some space, but knifing in is Sminge. Muto will throw it in again. Tirol, Picon, Avita. Gonzalez now circles around. Alexa gets it to Mia. Sends it over to Jennifer. Victoria Ford knifing in. Ford now. Keeps the defender at her back. But nicely done. And they want to quickly counterattack. Do the Titans. Early ball, but offsides is Weiss. Barely offsides is the second time tonight. We've been in 1v1 with the keeper. Victoria Ford up to Mia Foster now. Carly Kennedy likes to do that. Look like she's going one way and then to get the ball and will not. Just let it go forward and go after it. One of the best players on the team doing that particular move. Missed that move by her not being on the action out there on the pitch, but now she is. Didn't know if that was going to occur this season. Maddie Mayo playing up forward, defender, play all over the pitch. You saw it this weekend. If you saw any of those matches, if you didn't, take a look at them. Live streams. GK Sports YouTube channel. Don't forget our webpage. That's gksports.org. The top of the page, the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's all there. Early ball now. Weiss now going after it. Sminge in the corner, but that ball is knocked out of play, and it'll be a corner. So a corner kick now for the Titans. Or will it be? Instead, it's going to be a throw-in. Sometimes misread the signals. I guess if you're a person that played soccer, you're a lot better at that. Summit, and it's out of play. Miro will throw it in. Into space. Rosas can't get to it. Sminge comes over to the space now. And Daly was trying to make a move, could not. As the Foothillers now able to get to it. Sminge. Lopez. Looking for Carly Kennedy. And finds her. Carly cuts it back now. Squares it up off of, and then Sarah Lopez. Left-footed strike. Not a problem for Shallot. Drifting back to get it. Nice little feed in the central there. Giabingo. Victoria Ford heads it in some space. Will Rosas get to it? She will not. So Javira has that soccer ball, and you saw what in the first half what you could do with it. Muro, I should say, dropping it back. Almeria. Picon won't get to it. Instead, Ford. Giavingo back to Victoria Ford now. Stops and starts now. Victoria Ford shielding off the defender. Ford now still on the soccer ball. Still continues. Getting forward outside the area. Victoria usually doesn't do this unless She is on a set piece. And it is sent out of play. Victoria just trying to make something happen down in left flank. Had a mindset that time. Now trying to fix her hair setup. And we'll retreat back. Havita now in some space, a little bit of time. Cuts it inside. On the move is Thirault. Goes to the outside, look for space. Rosas a fine job of intercepting it. Letting it play up forward to Kennedy, but she couldn't get it. Nice decision that time by Lopez. Here is Foster, but she could not control it, and so it's sent all the way back to Tull. Tull off of Havita. Her teammates have it. Taylor Summit to Weiss. Intercepted by Rosas, but coming over to make the play is Daly. Off of Havita, but forward is able to left or right-footed. Cross midfield, but onto it now is Summit. Summit plays it to Pacone. Gianna. Reminds you, Gianna, the other Gianna. Gianna Creighton now. Here's trouble now, but Smith has speed. She's knocked down, but the ball is sent to the near side. Roses. Good hustle that time by Kira to get there because Daly was going to have a great chance to get a good shot that would go into the back of the net. Muto. Thirault. Blocked by Sminge. Just a valuable player. Coach Fernando Ramos, Megan Long, and Nick Yeager, happy to have her back, no doubt about that. Senior can do so many things. You saw her get forward in the first half and will be strong in the back. Just so it helps to solidify the back line for the Foothillers. Muto throws it in. Victoria Ford. It goes off of Summit. But Summit wanted it to go the other direction, but it did not. And they're having to sag back and play defense now, as the Foothillers will throw it in. 14 minutes gone in the second half. I haven't seen Emery Cervantes in the match. I don't know if she's injured or what have you. Mia Tillett into the match. Shallot and gives up a rebound. Here's Rosas now, and it knocked away by Murdo. Murdo got to the space where it was the loose ball and able to get it out of danger. If she does not, big chance that time with Rosas to try to put it in the back of the net. Doesn't mean it would have went into the back of the net, but she had a great chance that time. Anytime you're in the 6-yard box. Jennifer Giovingo now. The set piece where they're always dangerous. It's an outswinger up in the air. Lopez trying to get to it now. Here's Giovingo. Sends it right at a couple of players. Gets it over to Lopez now. Foster just couldn't get her cleat onto it that time. She was waiting for it and was going to try to drive it hard into the back of the net. But good defensive play in the 6-yard box by the Titans. Almeria now. And knocked down. It'll be a free kick. Still a lot of time. 1-0. The home team, the Titans lead out here in San Diego County. For the second year in a row on the road against the Eastlake Titans. Lost to them 1-0 last year. Right here on this field. Sent out of play. by Bree Cooney.
Substitutes for
Bree, the
Tigers, number
ODP
13,
player,
Brandon Gregory,
is
and
in
number
North
14.
Carolina recently for a big tournament.
Round of applause for
Innumerables back into the match, number 4.
Ann Alley.
Miranda Gregory back into the match as junior on the near side. Number 13. Muro, who's played well up from the JV squad. Obviously one of their better players. Showing she's going to be ready for the action next, if not at some point this season, definitely next season. Roses for the Foothillers of Grossmont. We'll throw it in. No handball. Play it into some space. The Foothillers do for Carly Kennedy, and it is going to be a throw in by the Titans. Substitution's going to occur on the near side for Coach Candace Niboli in her first year. Galbadone back into the match. Valerie.
Alexis.
Carly Kennedy comes out of the match. And Emmy Cervantes, for the first time, is into the match. She's number 10 in white for the Foothillers. On the near side, an early ball. Victoria Ford looks around and decides to make the right play all the way back to Toll. Toll drives it upfield off of the bounce, sending it all the way back to her back line of Summit. Going to be a foul on the plate. Free kick for Eastlake. Once the sun goes down, it starts to get a little cooler. Nice warm day today. "21 minutes, as the clock says here, left to play in the match. Double tandem of refs have the official timeout there on the pitch. Ball out of play. Home team will throw it in. Still enjoying the 1-0 lead in the first half. The goal by Daniela Javeda. And there's Javeda right there. Muro went off of Lopez. Giovingo trying to get it to Foster and does so. Up forward, intercepted. Tillett got caught in the same space with Foster. Letting it go nicely that time was Sarah Lopez to Giovingo on the run. Giovingo still going after it, falls down, and hopefully she didn't hit her head. Kind of lost her balance that time, and she's taken some spills recently and is able to get back up, but that was kind of a tough one. Lost her balance, it looked like. And thankfully for the Foothillers, she's no more worse for the wear, and obviously, more importantly, her parents and herself. The throw-in now by Rosas. Sminge went up in the air to try to get to it, and it stayed down that time. Muro, if she was one of the players on the Rebels, and even if she wasn't, the skill level has shown out here tonight. Coming up from the JV. You do enough soccer in the South Bay, you start to remember certain names, even though they may have been a part of the broadcast years before. They kind of stick in your head. Have a little bit of a discussion with Giovingo to find out if she's okay. She's taken some spills recently, but it's hung in there. Might be out for a little bit, but then comes right back in before the match is over. Saw that against the in the Central Union match. In the Central, the Titans with possession. Summit sending it out to the wing and trying to run it down. It was Silva, but Silva, the sophomore, could not get to it. About 18 and a half left to play in the match. Aguilera is coming into the match. Maddie Mayo. Mayo on the intercept. Titans winning it. Havita not able to get to it as Cooney did first. And here is Foster now. Foster on the run. Mia Foster sends it out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Foothillers as it was off of the Titans. I caught that signal that time by the ref on the near side. So Rosas throws it in. Foster. Rosas now. Shallot making the save, no problem, from the near side. Victoria Ford lets it go off the shoulder of Weiss. Back to Sminge. She misses her teammate, Bree Cooney. Foster will go back and try to get in the mix. Try to cut off Eva. Does so, but here's Havita. Havita now with Cervantes on her backside. Plays it across the field now for innumerable. Maddie Mayo will get over and try and mark up. And intercepts it, but Weiss has it now, and it's sent out of play by Foster and at Foothillers. So in the attacking third, the Titans will have a throw-in.
Number 15, Brooklyn Daly, number 26.
Miro will get a rest, and she's going to come out. Almeria is going to come back in, number 14.
Taylor and Ava.
Charlize Adams is into the match. 27 out there in blue, and then Brooklyn Daly, who's made some very strong plays in this match, is back out on the pitch for the Titans. Into space, the 50-50 ball is driven out by Victoria Ford. So it'll be a throw-in by the Titans. And it's 1-0 affair. Eastlake leading. And their home field. And they were offside. So it'll be a free kick for the Foothillers. Their first full week of everybody getting back to work. In the year 2020, hopefully the finish of your 2019 went well, the holidays and all that. And starting off good here in 2020. This 2019-2020 season of girls varsity soccer. On the near side is Cecilia Rosas. And it is out of play. It'll be a throw-in by Almeria. Getting it towards Daly. Daly won't get to it. Sent up in the air. Hit wrong that time. Not enough steam on that soccer ball, but cleaning it up that time with Smidge. And Tull has to be careful with that. If there's a weakness that she has, that would be one of them. Very few, but that is one that has reared its ugly head a little bit. Otherwise than that, she's done a fine job as the starting keeper. And, every keeper has their issues. But that's the one that has caused a little bit of a problem, unfortunately, in the Patrick Henry game. It yielded a goal. Foothillers able to win that match, though, 3-1. Can't afford a mistake tonight. Down 1-0. Stronger team in the Titans. The Division I team. And on the near side, Rose is not knowing that the Eastlake player is right there, but Smidge will get over. Roses was not aware that running her down was Miranda Gregory. And that's a problem when you have the rest of the field at your back. And you're looking at that soccer ball. Victoria Ford showed a little earlier that you got to peer your head around. Because you never know, especially at this level, players are fast enough they can run right on and take it away from you. So it's going to be a free kick now for the Foothillers. Bree Cooney take the free kick. Cooney off of Bridget Wilson. Here's Foster now. Foster plays it in some space looking for Lopez, and Lopez wanted to make sure she was on sides, and by the time she got going, that had too much pace on it. About 12 and a half left to play in the match.
Run, Brooke, run.
Early ball. Maddie Mayo. Tull gets over and sends it out of play.
Substitution for the Titans.
Maddie Mayo has such speed, and sometimes Tull has to be careful. As in the Steel Canyon game, they were in a scenario.
For the Titans. Miranda
Muto comes into the match.
and Tori.
Number 22. Beharan. Sarah is 19 out there, and Weiss back into the match. The Titans enjoying the 1-0 lead. Gonzalez, the senior, hitting it forward to Mia Foster. Foster driving it down the left flank. Here goes Sarah Lopez now. Sarah Lopez now trying to set up the defender. Sarah Lopez now darts it inside. Wants to link up with her teammate Ashley Austin and didn't get it to her. That's something they'll have to work on better. Because that could have been very lethal. Because Austin can hit the ball with some velocity. So can Lopez. But you can't be in the same space. Got to link up perfectly. Smidge now, and it's an offsides call. Smidge was going to go to the goal and try to make sure it didn't go into the back of the net as Tull came out. Just the wisdom of playing at this level and playing soccer for all the years. Victoria Ford will take the free kick and drives it upfield. Gets it over to Lopez now. Lopez kind of turns. Trying to get it through. Giovingo now, and it trickles around over to Austin. She just couldn't quite get it. It went over to Shallot right before Austin could get to the soccer ball. A little unfortunate that time, but good action that time. Getting it started by Victoria Ford. And Lopez trying to work some magic there in the central. Lopez now. Or I should say Foster trying to get it. And it's in all the way back down to Tull. Beautiful sunset out here in the San Diego area. Hues of orange. Mixed. On the near side, York under a lot of pressure. Roses gets it back to her teammate Smidge. Not able to get to it is Foster. Intercepted by Gonzalez into space. Good play that time. Gets it over to Victoria Ford now. Ford drives it upfield, but missed her teammate But it goes over to Foster, back to Ford. Ford down the left flank, gets it up to Giovingo now. Finds the overlapping run in Matty Mayo with speed. Matty wants to get it to Lopez and does so, but it is knocked out to the wide, and a beautiful job done by the Titans to keep that ball from staying in the central of the field. Lopez, Foster, Lopez. Here's a shot, and a save by Shallot. Mott getting close to 8.5 left to play in a match. The Titans playing at home, leading the Foothillers for the second year in a row, 1-0. Intercepted by Ford. Giovingo tracks back to try to get it, got a piece of the soccer ball to Ford. Victoria's pass is intercepted, nicely done by Muro. Muro went down, no call. Along the left flank, Matty Mayo. But Javira gets back and sends it out of play. Nice play by Javira to get back, knowing that Matty Mayo has speed and trying to make something happen again. Down that left flank. Into space. Foster getting it over to Lopez. Puts it in the back of the net. Goal! Go, 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 go! Sarah Lopez. Another turn and a rocket of a shot into the back of the net. And it is 1-1. Lopez was a freshman last year. Not really able to do what she wanted to be able to do as the season progressed. Being able to do more things, and now totally seasoned, fully seasoned with this varsity team. And here in the second half, a couple of mispositionings by her teammates. But now they finally were able to make it happen up forward. And now here they come again now. This is Giovingo. Nearly was able to try to get a strike, but wasn't able to do so. Now the back line has to be careful because you can best believe that the Titans are going to try to take the lead again if they can. To the near side. Daly into the central now. Foster gets back. Victoria Ford going forward. Gets pickpocketed that time. Nice job done that time by Almeria. Almeria on the near side and was not able to link up with her teammate in Silva. So it's a throw-in by Rosas in a 1-1 tie with 6 minutes left to go in the match. Rosas sends it forward. We've seen in the 2+ years with the Foothillers being the team that we're filming, where they've been able to find late magic and win a match. And we've also been able to see where they've given up a goal late in the match. Which one will it be today, or will it be a draw? Javira is back into the match, the junior who scored the only goal for her team. And they want to use her presence out there on the pitch now. Off the shoulder that time of Austin, the talented freshman on the near side. The Titans have it. Under some pressure, though, with Austin and trying to steal it. Couldn't do it that time. Came close, though. Bricuni on the defense. To the near side, the Titans with the soccer ball. And it is knocked out of play by the Foothillers. Silva throws it in, and it goes off of Rosas. And it'll be a throw-in for the home team. Now they're across midfield. Late in the game, you want to be able to attack, and you don't want to be in your half of the field. Down to Weiss, but Smidge is able to get her cleat on it and send it out of play. Smidge is going to come out of the match, and it looks like Hunter is going to come in, and maybe they're going to drop back down They want Hunter, maybe your speed late in this match, or just for a little quick burst. And Ashley Austin's going to drop back to the defensive side and play on the outside. Rosas will throw it in. Hunter now. Trying to get it over to Foster. Hunter will go right back after, but won't get it. Nicely controlled by Daniela Javira. And sends the ball over the shoulder of Weiss, but had too much steam on it that time. So Toll able to make the save. Up forward, Giovinco on the collection of the past. Sarah Lopez won't be able to get to it. And it'll be out of play and a throw in for the Titans. 3 minutes and some change left to go in the match. Unofficially, by the scoreboard we see here. Down the right flank, Victoria Ford missed it. And coming off her line is Toll, and she drives it upfield. Gonzalez takes a couple steps, hits it out to the outside. Mia Foster now, a grass cutter up to Giovinco now. Jennifer pass in towards Lopez, but she wasn't able to get to it. It's played upfield. Foothillers now looking for Hunter now, and she can't get it. It's knocked out past the goal line by Shallot, and it'll be a corner. Shallot got off her line quickly that time and able to get a piece of the soccer ball as Hunter into space quickly. Livia on this varsity team has not been able to put one in the back of the net yet. Will this be her time? Giovinco now with the corner, the set piece where the Foothillers are dangerous. Giovinco now hits it to the other side of the field. Gonzalez now taps it, and Hunter now gets it.
2 minutes.
Played over to Giovinco now to the near side. Huts it off of a couple of players, Eastlake players. Weiss now, and that ball is over to Daly. Daly to Weiss on the near side. Back to Daly. Able to hit an early ball, but not able to link up that time with Adams. All the way up towards midfield. The header. Nicely done that time by Almeria. And an early ball. Tall comes off her line, able to get to it. Another good header in the attacking third. Now the Foothillers. Under a little bit of pressure in the back line, and now they're under more pressure. As coming into the space is Almeria. Adams now drawing it back. Inside 2 minutes left to play in the match. Javiria. No offsides. This was hit behind frame. They don't have flags here, so you just got to go by their hand signal. And if it's that hand is down, it is not offsides. Time running out. Might be a 1-1 draw. Would be an advantage for the Foothillers if they can come out in a tough set of days, playing a lot of matches. They can come out with a draw on this one after falling behind 1-0. In a place they haven't had a lot of success at lately. Upfield, off the header. Lopez now just hits it upfield down to central. Hunter trying to run onto it. Won't be able to get to it. Giovinco now hits it forward. It caroms off to Foster now. She can hit the ball from distance. Well, won't be able to get to it here. Adams corrals it, sends it back. Up the right flank now. Gonzalez in space. Gets it over to Lopez, the dangerous one. Sarah Lopez darts towards the 18. Cut off there. for arriving. Good play by the Titans now. Upfield. Lopez get in to Bree Cooney. Over to Ashley Austin now. Austin sends one up to Olivia Hunter. Hunter can't bring it down, and it is chipped forward. Weiss, let's see what move she makes. No, Giovingo will get there first now. Jennifer Giovingo in the central. Cut off by Foster, and now there's a whistle, and that is the end of the match. Good match. As the Titans scoring first with Daniela Javira. And then it was Sarah Lopez putting it into the back of the net in the second half to have a draw. And so the Foothillers just gain themselves the points, keep their standings in the state rankings and all of that. Playing another Division I team. And will these two teams play each other in the playoffs? We will find out come playoff time, because undoubtedly both of them will be in the playoffs. We hope you enjoyed this match out here in the San Diego section of the California Interscholastic Federation, otherwise known as CIF. Check out our page, our website. It's gksports.org. And go to the top of the page, check out the Facebook page, the Instagram and the Twitter, the conversation there. Facebook always with the Max Preps updates. And that's why you want to like us on Facebook. For Pablo Espinal, I'm Greg K. Porter saying so long from Eastlake High School. Final score 1-1. The next match will be on Thursday for the Foothillers, and that's going to be against the Broncos of Rancho Bernardo. Have a great rest of your evening out here in the West Coast and morning everywhere else and afternoon. God bless. So long from Eastlake High. That is Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. Here's a shot into the central. Eastlake with a shot up in the air, and it's a goal. They're doing a podcast here in Eastlake High School. That young man, we may see him as one of our announcers. Here's a deflection and a save by Tall. Playing it there to Javira. The only goal scorer in this match. In some space, coming off her line is Tall. She knew nobody was there in the central and had to make a decision. Has been pretty good at that this season. Squares it up off of, and then Sarah Lopez. Left-footed strike. Not a problem for Shallot. Drifting back to get it. Tillett into the match. Shallot and gives up a rebound. Here's Roses now, and it's knocked away by Murdo. Trying to get it through. Giovingo now, and it trickles around over to Austin. She just couldn't quite get it. Into space. Foster getting it over to Lopez. Puts it in the back of the net. Goal! Towards midfield. The header. Nicely done that time by Almeria. And an early ball. Tall comes off her line, able to get to it. Yeah. No offsides. This was hit behind frame.